a clear identity.
And therefore to see yourself as the godly against the godless, and to see yourself in an inexorable war between the good against the evil.
When the Crusaders went into battle to kill Jews and Muslims, they cried, "God wills it." That was their battle cry. There's always been a danger of using God to endorse some of our worst fears, hatreds, and prejudices.
Because once you touch religion, faith, it's lit with emotion, so easily manipulate.
When people hurt in the name of God, I quite don't understand, because in my opinion God is love. Probably if you are fighting for God, I'm asking to myself, is this person trying to convince him or herself that they have faith?
Once you say that it's right to kill in the name of God, you have lost the plot in religious terms. All the religions teach that stopping violence as soon as possible is absolutely crucial, and that human life, even the human life of our enemies, is absolutely sacred and inviolable. To say that it's right to kill in the name of God is a heresy.
The most fervent believers are fundamentalists, and look what they've done to the world.
After years of Russian occupation and civil war, a religious party called the Taliban took control of Afghanistan in 1995. This fundamentalist sect believed in the strict enforcement of Islamic law as they interpreted it. They prevented girls from going to school. They barred women from working and prohibited them from appearing in public without a male relative. Shukriya Barakzai, a devout Muslim woman, refused to obey the Taliban's restrictions on her freedom.
I remember Taliban, they beat me on the street. For what? Because they didn't like women. I just went to the doctor. I was sick. I wear the burqa, even I had my socks and shoes and everything, and I covered my hand. But with all these tough rules, they punished me because there was no male member of my family with me. It's impossible for others to imagine when you are not free. Even you don't have the rights to go to the doctor? Why? For what? I'm glad, because this punishment was a shock for me. I got new power after this punishment, the power to fight, and I really start to work for women's freedom without any discrimination, because I believe God will not allow this. I feel myself as a responsible Afghan, as an individual, to fight for that, to do something for the future. And I start underground secret school. It wasn't a big school, because everything was underground, and I was the only teacher. At the time, condition was bad for young women, particularly educated women. I bought some books from the market, and we tried to just teach them. With the young girls, we try to keep hope. We give them hope for the future. We try our best to keep on their heart a wish for tomorrow. I think you are responsible to teach others. If someone needs you, try to help them. That's the most important for me. I believe that we are human. And I believe God will be happy we are equal. Of course, Islam is my religion, and I deeply respect that. When I'm asking women's rights, it's direct connection with Islam, with my religion. By Islam, women have rights of education. Islam never means the lack of freedom. Islam means respect. Respect each other. For me, God means love. I love my God. I believe Him. He protects me always.
Fundamentalists still want to murder Shukriya. She and 5 other members of the Afghan parliament have been marked for death by suicide bomb.
Today, I'm working for reform. When you're standing for reform, when you're standing for democracy, when you're standing for peace, stability, accountability, solidarity, of course, you're receiving so many enemies. It's full of tension. They want to do a suicide attack on me. I love my children, and I am responsible for them. It's hard for a mother leaving a house without any belief that she will be back, that tomorrow there will be another day. But I'm not just responsible for my kids, I'm responsible for the nation. It's my responsibility as a mother and also as a Muslim to show the right way. Even if I would die by suicide attacks, I will be proud of that. Because I'm dying for my country, I'm dying for freedom, I will be dying for equality. Democracy. It's good to die for something rather than dying for nothing.
In November 2007, Shukriya Barakzai was wounded by a suicide bomb in northern Afghanistan. 6 members of parliament died in the attack, along with 52 of the children waiting to greet them. Shukriya survives and continues her mission.
برخوردار از یک زندگی که در خور همه انسان هاست باشند تبعیض در
In Islam, we deeply believe in democracy, and we deeply believe in the equality of all human beings. God directly states that you must live in a world where all human beings will be equal, not in a world where some will be masters and some will be slaves.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, endowed by their Creator with unalienable rights. That's beautiful, beautiful language, and it's a beautiful reality if we embody it.
These rights are not given to us by the Constitution, they're not given to us by man, they're given to us by the Creator, which is why they are inalienable.
These values are universal values. God says that if you judge the affairs of men, you must be fair and just. A leader has a responsibility. If he is a leader for all people.
And as human beings, we have basic rights. And we should not be denied those rights as human beings because we are Hindus or Muslims or Christians or subscribe to Confucius.
The universal teachings of Abraham say we should all live together in peace and love, with a system of justice for all.
Every human being is of inestimable value, their life and their dignity. For in the image of God he made me, the human being. In other words, any act of disrespect, of disregard, of humiliation towards another human being is in fact an act of disrespect and, as it were, of humiliation towards God himself.
My view is that there is no authentic spirituality that doesn't have a powerful engagement with the people who are suffering the most.
Van Jones puts his faith to work by defending outcasts. He is an attorney and an advocate for the addicted, the accused, and the convicted.
For me, it was very natural as I got my law degree to begin to look for ways, how can I make a difference? How can I reach out to the people who have been excluded, abandoned, mistreated? People who are incarcerated, people who've been condemned to death. For me, that was the worst thing, that somebody would be excluded from the circle of forgiveness and redemption. To me, that was what it was all about, redemption. I thought a real extension of my own faith was to do this work of helping the people who've been put behind bars.
What if the society really recognized that the real power of, when people do hit bottom, that's the best possible moment in some ways to help that person to rebound, to recover, and think about the gifts to the society of that kind of an outcome. Instead, we say, that worst possible moment is just the beginning of bad moments for you, because we're going to make it worse for you, and worse for you, and worse for you.
I don't believe we have any throwaway children, or any throwaway neighborhoods, or any throwaway nations, or continents, or species. I think it's all precious. And, for me, that's the grounding of my faith, that it's all sacred. The Creator made all of this. And our challenge is to see the Creator's face, even in the face of the person who we want to label as the wrong.